It's one of those things many of us navigate or will navigate perimenopause and menopause. And while, yeah, there's loads changing internally, what happens to our skin is often, well, right there in the mirror.
It really is. Hard to ignore sometimes.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive. We're looking squarely at beauty and skincare during this whole transition.
Right. What's really going on? And more importantly, what can we actually do about it?
That's the mission. We want to unpack why our skin changes and pull out, the practical strategies, the stuff that works to keep skin healthy and ideally glowing.
And we've looked at a bunch of sources, skincare sites, medical journals, insights from dermatologists, beauty experts on YouTube, trying to get a really rounded view.
Okay, good. So let's start at the beginning. What's the main reason our skin starts acting so differently?
Well, fundamentally, it boils down to hormones, specifically the big drop in estrogen levels.
Right, estrogen.
Yeah, that decline isn't minor. It really triggers a whole cascade of physiological changes that directly affect how our skin looks and feels.
Okay, so break that down, like dryness. Lots of people mention feeling drier. What's happening there?
So estrogen helps keep skin hydrated. It supports moisture retention and sebum production, our skin's natural oil. As estrogen dips, those processes they slow down. Several sources mention this reduction in moisture and oil.
So it feels tight, maybe flaky.
Exactly. And sometimes even itchy, as one source pointed out. It's not just that the surface is dry. The skin's actual ability to make that moisture is compromised.
Got it. Like the internal plumbing isn't working quite as well. What about firmness? That feeling that things aren't quite as bouncy as they used to be.
Yeah, that's largely down to collagen and elastin. They're the proteins giving skin its structure, its plumpness, its stretchiness.
And those decrease too.
Significantly. Multiple sources highlight this. And there was this one study, it mentions something like a 30% drop in collagen in just the first 5 years of perimenopause.
Wow, 30% in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? It shows why we might suddenly notice more lines or wrinkles or just skin feeling a bit looser.
Definitely. Okay, so dryness, loss of firmness.
Yeah.
What else is going on physiologically?
Increased sensitivity is a big one, too. That protective outer layer of the skin barrier, it can get weaker.
Ah, okay. So more easily irritated.
Precisely. More prone to redness, irritation, rashes. Things that maybe never bothered your skin before might suddenly cause a reaction.
And is that why? Because the barrier is weaker.
That's a major part of it. And apparently the skin's natural pH level can also shift around age 50, which can also contribute to that increased sensitivity.
Right, so it's kind of a double whammy for sensitivity. What about those dark spots, uneven skin tone?
That's linked to melanin, the pigment in our skin. Hormonal shifts can mess with the cells that produce melanin, sometimes causing them to overproduce in certain areas.
Leading to sunspots or age spots.
Yeah, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, an uneven look overall. And crucially, sun exposure makes this much worse.
Sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Got it.
Non-negotiable, really. Especially now.
Okay, this is all making sense, seeing how it's interconnected. Let's pivot to solutions. Given all this, the dryness, the sensitivity, the collagen drop, what ingredients should we actually be looking for in our skincare?
Hydration is absolutely top of the list. Light-weight formulas are often preferred, especially if you're also dealing with flashes.
Like gels or serums?
Exactly. And look for ingredients like hyaluronic acid. It's brilliant at drawing moisture into the skin, like a little moisture magnet.
Hyaluronic acid, okay.
But also, don't shy away from richer moisturizers, especially at night. Things with ceramides and essential fatty acids are fantastic.
Why those specifically?
They help rebuild that skin barrier we talked about. Think of them like the cement between the skin cell bricks. They lock moisture in and keep irritants out.
Barrier repair.
Right.
Makes sense. So ceramides, fatty acids. What about tackling the collagen loss and maybe those fine lines?
Okay, so this is where you bring in the actives. Vitamin C is a great one. It's an antioxidant, so it protects the skin, and it helps with collagen production and can brighten up those dark spots.
Vitamin C in the morning, usually?
Often recommended for daytime, yeah, under your sunscreen. Then you've got peptides. They're like messengers that tell your skin to make more collagen.
Peptides.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about the big guns, like retinoids?
Retinoids are, really effective for boosting collagen, improving texture, speeding up cell turnover. But they can be strong.
Yeah, so caution advised.
Definitely. It's best to start slowly, maybe a lower concentration, and ideally chat with a dermatologist first to see if it's right for your skin and how to use it properly.
Good advice. Okay, so we've got hydration, barrier repair, collagen boosters. What if someone's also getting, like, breakouts, acne again?
Yeah, it happens. Hormonal fluctuations can trigger acne, often along the jawline, but you don't want to use harsh, stripping teenage acne stuff.
Right, because the skin's already drier and more sensitive.
Exactly. So look for gentle cleansers, maybe something with salicylic acid, which can help unclog pores without overdrying. Niacinamide is another hero ingredient here.
Niacinamide, what does that do?
It's amazing. It helps the skin barrier, calms redness, can even help regulate oil and minimize pores. Really versatile. Azelaic acid is another good one for calming redness and tackling bumps.
Okay, so gentler, targeted treatment for breakouts.
Got it. Yeah.
What about cleansers in general? Anything specific to look for?
Definitely go for mild, hydrating cleansers.
Yeah.
Fragrance-free, hypoallergenic if you're sensitive. You don't want anything that strips your natural oils. Some people really like double cleansing too, especially if wearing makeup or sunscreen.
Like an oil or balm first, then a gentle wash.
Exactly. Lifts everything off without stripping. Oh, and facial mists, they can be lovely.
Yeah.
Just extra hydration, cooling, soothing, especially helpful during a hot flush. Keep one in the fridge, maybe?
Nice tip. Okay, let's talk makeup then. Because if your skin's changing, your usual makeup might not work the same way, right?
Totally. Like with hot flushes, longevity becomes key. Waterproof or water-resistant foundation and concealer can be lifesavers.
Makes sense. Any specific types recommended?
Well, one tutorial mentioned Clinique Superfit and M-Max Water Weight Concealer as examples that hold up well.
Okay, what about powder? Sometimes that can settle into lines.
Yeah, exactly. The advice is often to skip colored powders. Go for a translucent setting powder, very lightly applied, or just use blotting papers to manage shine without adding texture.
Blotting papers, good idea. What about adding some color back? Blush.
Liquid or cream blushes are often nicer than powders now. They kind of melt into the skin, look more natural, less likely to sit on top.
And color choice?
Depends on your skin tone and concerns. Maybe warmer pinks if skin looks a bit sallow, or more peachy, nudie tones if you have redness or rosacea you want to downplay.
Okay. And eyes, lips.
The general vibe is subtle definition, not harsh lines. Soft eyeliner, maybe smudged a little, defined lashes, a nice lip color, but maybe avoiding super graphic shapes.
Softer edges. Makes sense. Anything else makeup-wise?
Bronzer can be used strategically, sort of under the cheekbones or along the jawline, for a gentle lift.
Ah, subtle sculpting.
Yeah. And generally, stick to lightweight, hydrating makeup formulas. Heavy stuff just accentuates texture. If you have redness, yellow or gold-toned foundations can help counteract it. And definitely oil-free, non-comedogenic if you're prone to breakouts.
Got it. Oh, wasn't there a tip about highlighter?
Yes. Just a tiny dab right in the inner corner of the eyes really brightens things up, makes you look more awake, a nice little touch.
Love that. Okay, so we've covered skin changes, ingredients, makeup. But what about the bigger picture? Lifestyle, does that play a big role?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge. Diet is fundamental.
What kind of diet helps?
Nutrient dense, lots of fruits, vegetables. Think eating the rainbow for all those antioxidants, lean proteins for collagen support. Healthy fats are important too.
Like from fish, nuts, seeds?
Exactly. Great for the skin barrier. And hydration, of course. Drinking plenty of water is crucial from the inside out. Aim for around 8 glasses a day is the general advice.
Okay. Eat well, drink water, anything to maybe limit.
Well, things that can trigger hot flushes for some people, like excessive caffeine, alcohol, maybe very spicy foods. Worth paying attention to your own triggers.
Makes sense. Any specific nutrients or foods that are particularly good?
Vitamin C-rich foods, definitely citrus, berries, broccoli. And some sources mention phytoestrogens, plant compounds that have a mild estrogen-like effect.
Soy or flaxseed.
Yeah. The idea is they might help buffer some of the effects of lower estrogen. One source suggested aiming for about 50 milligrams of isoflavones a day, maybe from those kinds of foods.
Interesting. Okay, diet is key. What about exercise?
Also really important. Good for circulation, which means better nutrient delivery to the skin. Plus, it's brilliant for stress management and weight management.
And stress affects skin too, right?
Big time. High cortisol levels from chronic stress can impact hormones and inflammation, so finding ways to manage stress is vital.
Like what? Meditation? Yoga?
Things like that, yeah. Mindfulness practices, relaxation techniques, whatever works for you. And sleep. Don't underestimate sleep.
Ah, sleep. The great restorer.
It really is. That's when your body, including your skin, does most of its repair work. Aiming for 7-9 hours of quality sleep is ideal. Lack of sleep can actually mess with your hormones in ways similar to aging.
Wow, okay. Prioritize sleep. Diet, exercise, stress management, sleep. Sounds like a holistic approach is best.
It really is. Taking care of your overall health reflects in your skin, especially during this transition. Oh, and one more thing, regular skin checks.
With a dermatologist.
Yeah, or self-exams. The risk of skin cancer increases with age, so it's important to keep an eye out for any changes and get screened regularly. Plus, a dermatologist can give you really personalized advice.
Absolutely. So it sounds like, yes, menopause brings changes, big ones sometimes, but we're definitely not just passengers. There's a lot we can do.
Exactly. It's about understanding what's happening, the hormone shifts, the effect on collagen, hydration, the barrier, and then using that knowledge to make smart choices. Targeted skincare, the right makeup techniques, and supporting it all with a healthy lifestyle.
You really can manage these changes and feel confident and radiant.
Totally. It's a different phase, but it doesn't have to mean sacrificing healthy, glowing skin.
So for everyone listening,
Mm-hmm.
maybe think about this. What's one small, consistent change you could start making today to nurture your skin through this time?
Yeah, and just knowing why these things are happening, how does that empower you differently in your skincare choices now? It's not just about buying products, it's about understanding your skin's needs. And remember, there are experts and resources out there if you need more personalized guidance.